New York City, the 11th of December, 2008. Two FBI agents ride the elevator to a penthouse on the Upper East Side, to the home of one of the most respected men on Wall Street. They are not sure they even have a case. One of them says, almost politely, that they are just there to see if there is an innocent explanation. The old man in the dressing gown looks at them and answers plainly.
There is no innocent explanation. I've been running a massive Ponzi scheme.
His name is Bernie Madoff, and the account statements his clients are holding say they are worth together $65 billion. There is almost nothing there. It is the largest financial fraud in human history, and the strangest part is that most of that $65 billion never existed at all. This is how one of the most trusted men in America built a lie that big. This is how it happened. Rewind. Bernard Madoff was born in New York in 1938, and in 1960 he founded a small trading firm with a few $1,000s of his own savings. He was brilliant and early. He helped pioneer the electronic trading that would one day become the NASDAQ stock market, the exchange he would eventually chair. By his 60s, Bernie Madoff was not a con man on the fringes. He was the establishment, a pillar of Wall Street, and a hero of New York's Jewish philanthropic world, trusted with the savings of universities, charities, and lifelong friends. And that trust was the weapon, because alongside his legitimate business, Madoff ran a private investment fund, and getting into it was the ultimate status symbol. You could not simply ask to join. You had to be invited. He turned people away to make them want in more. And to those he let in, he promised something that should have been impossible. Steady, smooth returns of around 10% a year, every year, no matter what the market did. Here is the thing about that promise. It was too perfect. Real markets go up and down. Madoff's fund almost never went down. In one 14-year stretch, he reported only 7 losing months. In November 2008, as the stock market was collapsing by nearly 40%, Madoff's investors were told their accounts had gone up. It was beautiful, and it was completely fake. Because there was no strategy, there were no trades. Madoff later admitted he had not actually invested his clients' money in decades. The whole thing was a Ponzi scheme. The oldest trick there is. When old investors wanted their money back, he simply paid them with the cash coming in from new investors. As long as more money flowed in than flowed out, the illusion held. The statements were pure fiction, numbers typed into a machine on a secret 17th floor, and people did try to sound the alarm. A financial analyst named Harry Markopoulos spent years telling the government the truth. He ran the numbers and concluded they were mathematically impossible, a fraud hiding in plain sight. In 2005, he handed regulators a report with a title that said everything. The world's largest hedge fund is a fraud. They investigated Madoff more than once, and every single time they let him go. Then came 2008 and the financial crisis. As markets crashed, frightened investors asked Madoff for their money back, around $7 billion of it. And Bernie Madoff did not have it. The new money had finally stopped covering the old. The illusion that had held for decades collapsed in a matter of weeks. In December, cornered, he confessed to his own sons that the business was, in his words, one big lie. His sons went straight to the authorities and turned in their own father. The next morning, the agents were at his door, and then the world saw the wreckage. The victims were not faceless banks. They were retirees who lost everything, charities that had to close their doors overnight. Among them was Elie Wiesel, the Holocaust survivor and Nobel laureate, whose foundation and personal life savings were wiped out. Wiesel said he had believed in a myth. And in the dark days just after the collapse, one fund manager who had steered his clients' money to Madoff took his own life. The human cost of the lie was only beginning to be counted. In March 2009, Madoff pleaded guilty to 11 federal crimes, and that June, a judge sentenced him to 150 years in prison, a number meant to stand for the impossibility of ever making it right. And here, finally, is the truth about that $65 billion. It was never real. That figure was the total on the fake statements. Decades of profits that had only ever existed on paper. The actual money that people had handed him and lost was closer to $17 billion. Still, an almost unimaginable sum. And over the years that followed, a determined court trustee clawed back most of it, returning more than $15 billion to the victims. Exactly 2 years after the arrest, to the day, Madoff's elder son died by suicide. The lie kept taking, long after it was exposed. Bernie Madoff himself died in a prison medical wing in April 2021, at the age of 82. The most trusted man on Wall Street had built the largest fraud in history out of the one thing money cannot buy and cannot fake for long: other people's trust. This was the story of Bernie Madoff, told the Sankofa way. Go back and get it. If it moved you, tell us in the comments whose story we should tell next. Until then, stay upright.